Okay guys, this is absolutely crazy, seeing my own arms in Half-Life Alyx. Ah, these mechanics! Ah! Yes! Good day everyone, Kaz here, and it's really easy now to use the Apple Vision Pro for PC VR gaming using the free streaming tool ALVR, and it works very decently. You can play using the native hand tracking or connect Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons, which work surprisingly well. There's also a way to use SteamVR controllers like the index controllers for more precise tracking, and the setup has become super easy with the latest update to ALVR. But should you do this? That depends. I'll explain in a bit. Why would you do this? Well, for one, the Apple Vision Pro has one of the best screens on the market. Its resolution, color, and sharpness are top-notch for a standalone VR headset especially. Secondly, let's do it for science, much like what we did with the Steam Deck. Plus, if you've already invested in such an expensive device, you might as well get the most out of it. So what is it like? Is it worth your time? And how can you try it yourself? Well, I'll show you everything today. Timestamps are below right after this message. Looking for Apple Vision Pro accessories? Check out KIWI Design, a top VR accessory maker, and thanks to them for sponsoring this part of the video. They've been my go-to for Quest accessories for years, and luckily two fit the Vision Pro perfectly. First, the lens cover protects your expensive lenses from dust and sunlight. Then there's their carrying case. It's way cheaper than Apple's, just as good, and I love its sturdy design with handy straps and pockets inside. And Quest owners, KIWI Design's battery head straps with single point charging are a must-have. Paired with their stand or dock and one magnetic connection charges your headset and strap at the same time. Super effortless. Check out the links below and let's hope they bring accessories like these to the Vision Pro too. Let's continue. ALVR is a free streaming tool. It's like a magic bridge that connects your gaming PC to your Apple Vision Pro. It streams PC VR games right into your headset through your Wi-Fi connection. You'll need a decent gaming PC and solid Wi-Fi to make this happen, but more about this in the tutorial. Gotta say, I was skeptical at first. The Vision Pro's high resolution is amazing, but it really pushes your PC and network hard to keep the stream looking as sharp. If you've ever tried streaming VR games, you know it's not rare to see grainy images, lag, and glitchy visuals. If you want to stream such high resolution, your setup needs to be right. If not, it's like trying to watch a YouTube video on dial-up internet. So remember, you need a pretty nice gaming PC. My first time trying out ALVR on Vision Pro was bad, but big thanks to developer Shiny Quagsire for the help, because after tweaking the settings for a while, I got things looking way better, and I'll share those tips with you later in this video. It's pretty obvious though that Apple didn't have VR gaming in mind when they designed this headset. There are some issues like the motion blur and glare, which I talked about in my full review, plus it doesn't track your hands in a wide range, which isn't great for a lot of VR games. Apple should be able to fix it by updating the software like other inside-out tracking headsets have done, but I don't think Apple cares about VR right now. So I'll be honest, I don't think this is worth it for most people. It's just easier to use a different headset like the Quest for wireless streaming, tethered VR headset like the Big Screen Beyond for a hassle-free PC VR experience. But like I said, if you already bought such an expensive headset, having the option is great, and there are some cool things that you cannot do with any other headset. For instance, you can still see your actual hands and arms in the game, which is super cool for making the virtual world feel real. It was epic in Half-Life Alyx, and if you manage to nail the settings, the game visuals are seriously impressive. But you might wonder what the difference is between the controller options. So I started with the Vision Pro's built-in hand tracking. ALVR has this really cool feature that lets you use simple hand gestures to replace real controllers. You can pinch or curl your fingers to press buttons or use the trigger. For example, if I curl my 3 fingers, I can use my thumb like this to navigate, which is like I'm using an invisible joystick. I was impressed at how good it is at recognizing different finger gestures. However, this takes practice to master, can be slow, and only tracks movements in the front of the headset. But if you have the patience for it, it's decent enough for navigating menus or playing simple games. If you're looking for something a bit more reliable, you might try using the Joy-Cons. Can use this. Ooh. Oh no. Oh my effing god. Since these have buttons, it reduces the chances of accidental clicks. However, I noticed that the tracking range is still not wide. Like if you move the controllers behind your head, they lose tracking. Also, there's a noticeable delay, which means these controllers won't work for fast-paced games like Beat Saber, and you will need to spend time remapping the controls. Lastly, a quirky thing about the Joy-Cons is that their vibration is unusually strong and noisy, which might be distracting. But if you already have Joy-Cons lying around or are looking for a reasonably priced way to try PC VR on the Vision Pro, they could still be a good option for more casual or slower paced games. For best accuracy, you might consider using SteamVR controllers like the Valve Knuckles. This setup costs more because you need extra equipment like base stations and dongles, and you need to spend more time setting this up. But once set up, it is the best choice if you want to play just about any VR game. The only thing I noticed is that the controllers can get desynced at times, so you'll need to recalibrate them. Thankfully, this is easy to do, but since the controllers are also streamed to your headset, there is still a little bit of delay, and that is the reason that I think it is still not suitable for really fast competitive games, but other games should work fine. Like I thought playing Half-Life Alyx was pretty decent. ALVR also lets you use hand tracking and any of these controller options at the same time, which could open up some interesting ways to play. Also, these setups I just talked about might work with other VR headsets that support ALVR, but I haven't tried that yet, so if you're interested to see a video about that, leave a comment below. For now though, it's clear that this setup isn't the best for fast-paced games. However, it's pretty good for more relaxed games like puzzles, simulators, or hanging out in VR chat, social VR games. So if you're ready to set it all up, stick around for a quick tutorial. To make it all work, this is what you need: ALVR, a gaming PC with SteamVR installed, check out which PCs are compatible on ALVR's GitHub page, your Vision Pro, and whatever controllers you want to use. Your hands if you want to use hand tracking, the Joy-Cons, or if you want to use any SteamVR controller, you need some extras like the base stations. You can get one, but it's recommended to get two for the best tracking accuracy. Then any SteamVR controllers that support these base stations. I'm using the Valve Index controllers. And lastly, two SteamVR dongles, which you can get from Dundra Labs. You also need the free 2 OpenVR Space calibrator. By the way, I've broken down the different controller methods into sections, which you can jump to by using the timestamps below. Now let's get to step 1. Use the test flight link below to install ALVR on your Apple Vision Pro. If you haven't yet, it will ask you to install the test flight app first, as that's Apple's platform for testing beta apps. ALVR is frequently updated, so always check the app's description to see which PC version you need. At the time of making this video, this is the version you need. Don't forget to install it. Then, on your PC, go to the GitHub page linked below and find the ALVR release you need. I usually just scroll down, go to the installation guide, then go to the latest release download page. Then download the ALVR Streamer Windows zip, right-click it, extract all, and since it's a standalone build, you can just run it straight away. Then carefully go through the setup. The most important step is to let it configure your firewall settings correctly to ensure you can actually stream VR content to your headset. Once you're done, move to step 2. Now that ALVR is installed, let's tweak the settings. You see my current settings on screen right now. These work well for me. If you experience stutters, try changing the Wi-Fi channel on your 5 GHz router to 149. Keep in mind, optimal settings can vary based on your hardware and network. I'm using an RTX 4090 and a dedicated Wi-Fi 6 router from Prism XR. Link is below. If your setup is different, you might need to adjust these settings further to improve visual quality. But with the right adjustments, you should be able to achieve great visuals and performance. I think I can look at even better than right now if I spend more time with it later. By the way, if you find this tutorial helpful so far, please consider leaving it a like as a way to say thanks. It really helps and means a lot to me. Step 3. Next, let's set up the hand tracking method, which is straightforward. In the ALVR settings menu, scroll to Enable Controllers. Make sure it's enabled. Then turn on Tracked and enable Skeleton. Choose the controller you want to emulate. I prefer the Valve Index. Make sure to also turn on the gestures option. Under gestures, make sure to expand this and then disable only touch. Now you're already ready to move to step 4. Use the timestamps. If you want to connect the Joy-Cons, watch this step 3B. Connecting the Joy-Cons is quite simple. Press and hold the sync button on your Joy-Cons until the lights start blinking. This indicates that they are in pairing mode. Put on your Vision Pro, navigate to the Bluetooth settings, and you should see the Joy-Cons listed. Connect both the left and right controllers, and that's it, you're all set to move to step 4. I'm assuming you already have SteamVR installed. Here's what you need to do next. Open ALVR on your PC and start SteamVR by clicking Launch SteamVR. Put on your headset and launch ALVR on your Vision Pro headset. Click Start Testing, allow everything, and then you will see an IP address. So on your PC, go to the Connections tab in ALVR, enter the hostname and IP address as shown and click Save. Back in the headset, allow the settings if it asks, and then the button will change to Enter if it connects successfully. Tap it, you'll be launched into SteamVR. That's it, you're now ready to start playing PC VR games on your Vision Pro. If you opted for hand tracking, it will start working right away. For a guide on gesture controls, you can refer to this specific page. Most buttons on the Joy-Cons will work immediately too, however you may need to adjust the controller mapping settings in ALVR. Now if you want to use SteamVR controllers, let's move to step 5. This involves a few more steps initially. Plug your SteamVR dongles into your PC's USB ports. Then download and install OpenVR Space Calibrator from the link in the description. You might need to close SteamVR for this. Then open ALVR on your PC, enable controllers in the settings, select Tracked and emulate Oculus Touch controls. Then launch SteamVR. Right-click the SteamVR window, go to Settings, Startup, Manage Add-ons and ensure the Space Calibrator is enabled. Now turn on your SteamVR controllers and pair each one by right-clicking the SteamVR window under Devices, Pair Controller, if you haven't yet. Once they're paired, put on your headset, start ALVR and enter VR. Open OpenVR Space Calibrator on your PC. Ensure the Oculus controllers are in the reference space panel and your SteamVR controllers are in the target space panel. Click Copy Chaperone Bounce to Profile. Select the left Oculus controller to target the left SteamVR controller. Then set a calibration speed. Slower is generally better as it collects more data. Click Start Calibration, then start moving the controller in a figure 8 motion, similar to calibrating a compass on your phone. And also you might want to make sure that the controllers are seen by both base stations. Once done, you can check the alignment in VR. If it's off, you can redo the calibration and try to do it slower, or use Edit Calibration to manually adjust settings. Repeat for the right controllers, just make sure to select the correct controllers. Then on your PC in the ALVR controller settings, disable Tracked to hide the Oculus controllers. And you're all set. So there you have it. It's pretty amazing what free software like ALVR can do, turning your Apple Vision Pro into a PC VR gaming setup. So huge shout out to the ALVR team for their incredible work. I think it's cool that if you spend some time tweaking the settings, you can get a really decent quality, and this is just the beginning. As the software develops, because it's right now still in beta, who knows, we might see improvements that make the Vision Pro more versatile. Maybe we can even tap into its features like the face tracking, or maybe we can use the sensors for full body tracking. I'm really hoping that Apple steps up their game in VR support. For now, I would stay clear of using this setup for fast-paced competitive VR games. It's just not there yet, but for more relaxed, casual games, it's a decent option, at least if you already own the Vision Pro. Don't rush out to buy this headset solely for PC VR gaming, it's just not worth it right now. Let me know if you're going to try this, I would love to hear about your experiences, and if you feel like sharing your settings, that would be even more fantastic. Let's help each other out to get the best out of our gear. And I hope this video was helpful. If it was, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to stay up to date. It also means the world to us, and as a token of appreciation, here's a bonus clip of Milky Way's adorable antics with his teddy bear.